Last quarter, your boss looked you in the eye and said you were on track. This quarter, they hired someone above you. That wasn't a coincidence. That was the plan. And you missed every sign it was coming. Most people find out they're not getting promoted the day someone else does. But here's what nobody tells you. That decision was made months ago. And there were at least 5 moments when they told you without telling you. I'm going to show you all 5. Here's the deal. If you recognize even 2 of them, I'm going to give you the exact move to make this week. Not next quarter, not at your next review, this week, before it becomes permanent. Let's go. Sign number 1, they praise your execution, but never your leadership. You hear things like, we couldn't do this without you, or you're so reliable. And this feels like a compliment. It feels like you're valued. It's not a compliment. It's a label. Here's the mistake. You take that feedback and you double down. You work harder. You deliver faster. You think, if I just keep proving myself, they'll have to promote me. That's the trap. Here's the move. Listen to the exact words they use about you. Are they saying strategic, visionary, ready for the next level? Because to leadership, those are 2 completely different categories. Reliable executor and future leader are not in the same bucket. And every compliment about your delivery is a brick in the wall that keeps you exactly where you are. If every piece of praise you've received in the last 6 months is about what you did and not how you think, you're in the wrong bucket. I've sat in the rooms where these decisions are made. The conversation about who gets promoted takes about 90 seconds. And the word reliable has never once been the reason someone moved up. Sign number 2, your one-on-ones become status updates. Think about your last 3 meetings with your manager. What did you talk about? If your manager is investing in your promotion, those meetings sound like this. I want to get you in front of the VP next month. There's a stretch assignment coming up. I think you should lead it. Let's talk about your visibility with the executive team. That's development. That's someone building a case for you. That's someone building a case for you. Now, if your one-on-ones sound like this, what's the status on the migration? Where are we with the Q3 deliverables? Can you send me that update by Thursday? That's not development conversation. That's a transaction. That's a checkbox. Here's the tell. If your manager hasn't mentioned your development, your next role, or your visibility to senior leadership in the last 3 meetings, that's not oversight. That's the answer. Sign number 3, your scope is shrinking, not growing. This one is subtle because you're still busy. You might be busier than ever, but look at what you're busy with. 6 months ago, you were on the strategic initiatives. You were in the planning meetings. You had a line to leadership. Now, you got more tasks, more projects, more deliverables, but all of it is operational. All of it is execution. The strategic work quietly moved to someone else. Here's the mistake you think. I'm still busy. I'm still valued. They still need me. Here's the move. Stop counting how much work you have. Start tracking whether your work is moving toward leadership visibility or away from it. If you're getting more tasks but less exposure, you're not being built up. You're being buried. Now, if you're watching this and thinking, this is just politics. I shouldn't have to play this game. My work should speak for itself. I hear you. I really do. But the person who just got your promotion, they played it. Sign number 4. They hired someone into a role that overlaps yours. There's a new VP of operations or a new head of strategic programs. And their scope, it covers about 60% of what you already do. You ask about it and they say, oh, it's a different function, or that doesn't affect your trajectory. Let me translate that for you. It's a different function means we need someone else to do the part of your job that actually matters. This doesn't affect your trajectory means the decision is made, stop asking. When they create a new role that overlaps yours, that's not restructuring. They're building someone else's landing zone. And the fact that they didn't tell you what it meant, that's sign number 5. They stopped asking for your input before decisions. You used to be in the room. You used to get the call before the strategy was finalized. Your opinion was part of the process. Now you get the email after. Here's the mistake you tell yourself. They trust me to execute. They don't need to loop me in on every decision. No, that's not trust. That's reclassification. There's a difference between being trusted and being bypassed. Trusted looks like, We need your perspective before we move. Bypass looks like, here's what we decided. Can you make it happen by Friday? If you went from strategy to delivery, you weren't trusted with more autonomy. You were demoted in slow motion. All right, if you've recognized 3 or more of these signs, here's what you do. And I mean this week. 1, stop executing harder. I know that's counterintuitive, but more output just pushes you deeper into the executor bucket. It confirms the label they already gave you. 2, request a direct conversation, but not emotionally. Not, why didn't I get promoted? Frame it like this. I want to make sure my contributions are aligned with where the team needs leadership next year. Can we talk about what that looks like? That's executive language. That's how people in the other bucket talk. 3, document your strategic impact, not your deliverables. Nobody gets promoted for finishing projects on time. They get promoted for the decisions they influenced. Go back through the last 6 months and rewrite your narrative around the outcomes you shaped, not the tasks you completed. 4, build leverage outside your immediate team. This month, internal visibility, external network, or both. You need options because options change how you carry yourself, and people can feel it. Now, here's a bonus, and this comes from Carla Harris. She's a vice chairman at Morgan Stanley. She says there are 2 currencies in corporate. Performance currency, that's the credibility you build by delivering results. And relationship currency, that's the relationships that get your name carried into the room where the promotion decisions actually happen. You've been stacking performance currency for years, and they call you reliable. But what you're missing is a sponsor. A mentor gives you advice over coffee. A sponsor has a seat at the decision-making table and spends their political capital arguing for you when you're not in the room. If you don't have one, here's what you do. Study your organization for 2 weeks. Find someone senior who has visibility into your work and a seat at the table where the decisions get made. Start building that relationship. Build the promotion conversation, because the promotion conversation takes 90 seconds. And if nobody in the room says your name, it does not matter how many projects you shipped. If you recognize 3 or more of these signs, you're not paranoid. You're paying attention, maybe for the last time. If you like this kind of content, subscribe to the channel, because next week, I'm going to show you what happens they decide you're not getting promoted, how they build the case to push you out entirely, and the one document that can stop it. I'll see you over there.